plays an important role for everything, like as far as you getting a will and a trust. Because if you don't have anything to in place to leave behind to basically keep everything on go, like say for instance, daily, of how they're calling me asking for a policy because their grandmother passed away, but also in the same sense, right? They don't have any funds to pay for to keep grandma's house in the family, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now that's when you get into the wills and the trust and things of that magnitude because people don't have the uh, funds to pay for the taxes, and then the house goes up for taxes. But most important, life insurance is not just for death, people. It's called life insurance.
Could the children come in together and put together a policy for her?
I gotta clap for you on that because that is the number one thing everybody should do, right? If you have a huge
Mm.
family, like my siblings, I'm telling, hey, let's get a policy on mom and pop. You should be doing the same exact thing with your families. Y'all should be doing the same thing for grandma because at the end of the day, would you rather go in paying a little bit now? Okay, if it's 10 people, grandma's
Mm-hmm.
policy is $100 per month. That's only $10. But if grandma don't
Mm-hmm.
have it, and grandma's policy, I mean, excuse me, grandma's funeral cost is $10,000. Now you got to come up with a grand each. So
Mm-hmm.
would you rather $10 or would you rather come up with a grand? Thing is, right? Once again, we have to be those ones once again to stand in the gap and say, hey, we're going to do something different. How about this? Well, grandma not with grandma is on a fixed income. Let's
Mm-hmm.
all come together and get a big old policy. Whether if it's and even also at grandma's age, she will qualify for a final expense policy. So probably up to $40,000 or $50,000. Take $15,000 away from the 50. That's will leave family with 35,000. Guess what that 35,000 can do? Fix up grandma's house. You know, whatever type of cabinets and things of that magnitude, or anything the house needed fixing. Guess what? You got 35,000. Also pay the taxes, and guess what? Now you can have grandma house and papa house as the everybody. Well, we'll be having a family reunion.
Got a policy for grandma. So now we're not worrying about, and let's be honest, y'all, it is white people, rich white people who come in and sweep in and realize you haven't paid your taxes almost 5 years. Y'all didn't put anything in place to take care of the house.
Mhm.
That just blew my mind just now. That
Yeah.
just blew my
And
mind. And one thing I want to strongly recommend, if you have a grandma or you have somebody in your family that's elderly and you find out that, and ask them, I know she's gonna be like, why are you in my business? Because we want to make sure, grandma, that we keep certain things in place. We want to make sure you're taken care of. Get in their business, find out if they have a policy, and maybe the cousins, the aunties, the siblings, whoever needs to come together and give them a policy. And the one thing I'll ask is that while I'm sustaining this through the life insurance policy I put out on my grandmother, I'm putting in money as a family in the pot. So when that runs out,
yes, yeah.
we can keep that up.
Just and then guess what? All of this is now you're just worrying about growth. That's it. Because now don't just get a policy on grandma. Now you get a policy on yourself